welcome to the Western Oval for, well, amongst many games, the match of the round between Melbourne and Footscray, and if Geelong stumble against the Premiers Hawthorn at Cardinia Park, the winner here will go into the 5. And of course for Melbourne it would mean their first final appearance since 1964. And a huge crowd here just about shut the gates. This should be a fantastic contest. Stynes in ruck. Fly hack out of the ground by Healy for Melbourne. Giving chase is Lovett. And he picks up and drives to half forward. There's two fights on in the centre of the ground as the marks taken up there drop. One umpire's in charge of the fights, the other in charge of the football. And a heap of feeling here because Melbourne, a club with such history, haven't made the final since they last played and won a premiership in 1964. Jackson takes the free, up towards full forward. And there is Andrew Purser, who perhaps should dominate the ruck, with O'Dwyer out suspended for the Demons, and Jim Stynes, the Irishman, in ruck for Melbourne. 23 is Dean making a return. It's picked up there by Maloney. Up the ground go Footscray. Cronin spins out of a tackle, drives it towards half forward. 2 against 2. Pumped down by Cousins. All Melbourne at ground level. Bailey up the ground, just over the centre. Dumped forward by Peter Baxter, who gets Lovett high, and Lovett will take the free kick and a 15-metre penalty.
A crude tackle by Baxter. When you mentioned players fighting behind play, Greg Healy and Tony McGuinness were 2 of the players, and they're all pumped up, these footballers. The ball goes to full forward for Melbourne. Kennedy, a stray handball. Lyon, left foot shot for goal, is the first score of the match, and it's a big goal for the Demons. What an atmosphere.
Oh, it's fantastic out here at the Western Oval today, especially with that big build-up with the 1954 premiership side from Footscray. Their only premiership year that was.
There's been a report, Bernie, on the wing. Hawkins, I think it is. It's been reported by the umpire on strip.
Oh, what a time to get reported. Oh, gee. Yeah, there's plenty of feeling in this. Sharon, he's having his number taken. He was involved in a bit of a scuffle with Tony McGuinness, and they're not too happy with him either. Royals into it now.
Sharon did play at Footscray a few games last year. Just wonder whether there's some feeling that's come out of that, but I'd say all of these players are so keyed up.
Well, it is a finals atmosphere, and there's players with tagging roles. And obviously they do get a little bit carried away in a big match with a tense atmosphere. And unfortunately it's taking away from the spectacle of the game.
Just John Northey behind us there, Bernie. Looks as though he might be going down to the bench to perhaps the phone looks as though it might be out of order. He's got plenty of time.
Oh, well, it doesn't look like this is going to end very quickly. Things are getting worse.
Well, the boundary umpires, the field umpires, and the goal umpires right in amongst the middle of it. So if anybody does anything out of line, they'll certainly go in the book. And there's been one report already in the opening couple of minutes of the game.
The goal umpire speaking to Rick Kennedy. He's been having a bit of a tussle with Steve Turner. They're 2 very fiery customers. Now let's get back to the business of the match.
And there's John Northey, who's gone down to the dugout on the boundary line because, well, there must be a problem with the phone. And his coach's box is right alongside us up here in the grandstand. But it's taken him just a couple of minutes to finish up at boundary level. Well, this is like the finals a week early. I reckon they've closed the gates here at the Western Oval. They are jammed in like sardines. Terrific.
Certainly is. Purser gets the tap out. Wilson can't break clear. Stynes tries a kick off the ground. Chance for the Demons at half-back. Free kick being paid. The ball will come back. 15-metre penalty against McGuinness because the umpire obviously considered that he had the opportunity to give the ball back to the Melbourne player. And it goes in the centre of the ground. Looks like Bailey. Todd Viney takes the ball and kicks it direct towards centre half forward, and Rick Kennedy, strong as you like, comes out from full back and takes the mark. He feeds it across to Brian Cordy. Cordy onto Wallace. Wallace back to Cordy. Cordy's long kick towards half forward, and a great mark taken at centre half back by Sean White.
He had a great match last week against the West Coast Eagles. Took about 10 marks, and it's on again. Let's forget about that and watch the football.
Yeah, just two players marking each other, having a two-out duel. In the meantime, Jackson from Melbourne. Melbourne have kicked this goal into the breeze in the first quarter. Normally the breeze here at the Western Oval goes the other way, but it's going right to left today, so Melbourne's goal in the opening minute and a half, vital, into the breeze. Turner, number 41, replacing O'Dwyer. That'll be a free kick against Lyon. In the back, and the free kick goes to Wallace at half-back for Footscray.
Wallace kicks it long, 55 metres out to the wing, and a great mark taken out there by Spalding for the Demons. 15-metre penalty. Umpires looking to take complete control very early in the piece. We've only been going 5 minutes, and it's vital that both of these umpires get on top of the players. Spalding's kick towards half forward. Melbourne mark, not paid. Lyon, it was the player on the ground. A struggle there by Dean. He can't break clear, and the ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in some 55 metres around from the Melbourne goal.
And there's a Melbourne player badly hurt out there too. He's riding around on the ground. It is Lyon.
Well, that's bad news for the Demons. Hurriedly, they get it out of the pack, up the centre half forward, and Peter Baxter takes the mark. Both brothers, Peter and Darren Baxter, playing today. Baxter out wide towards Wallace. The marks at half-back flank. Over the top to Royal. Wallace, his mate, goes past and gets it back. He's kicked well, smothered, and the ball goes out of play.
That was Todd Viney that did that great smother.
Stretcher for Lyon. Well, Melbourne don't need that in the opening 4 minutes. Two players today out suspended.
Oh, this is a bad loss for Melbourne. Garry Lyon kicked that first goal for the Demons. And a very talented player up on that forward line. Here's the incident again where Lyon was hurt. It appeared to be the knee, but he's in serious trouble and in a lot of pain.
Here it is again. Lyon in front of the pack, going up for the mark. And Jackson twisting his leg into Lyon, and
his left knee, when it hit the ground, buckled.
A big blow to the Demons, and of course a big loss to Garry Lyon himself. He's had a good year, and they really need him firing up on that forward line.
The umpires have stopped the game, so there's going to be quite a hold-up here, as Lyon will have to be carried right across the ground. I don't think we'll see him back again today, and oh.
Stephen Newport's a player warming up on the bench. Will be taking Lyon's place. But this looks like, unfortunately, a pretty serious injury to Garry Lyon. So we're looking at a fairly long first quarter. There's been a big hold-up just before the game, just as the game started, with the little bit of fun and games in the centre. And now, of course, with Garry Lyon probably being carried off from the furthest point of the ground.
Well, that reduces Melbourne to 19 men in the opening 4 minutes. They're playing away, and it's pretty hard to win at Footscray. So is that more of an incentive to the Demons? And they don't need more of an incentive than Robbie Flower, who's playing, if they don't win today, playing his last game of league football.
He's in a lot of pain, unfortunately, Garry Lyon.
I've never seen a bloke go off the ground in so much pain.
Boundary throw in centre wing, outer side. Chance for Williams. Now Hawkins tackled when he didn't really have control of it by Greg Healy. Play goes on. Umpires decided on the bounce. Well, that was a bit of a weird one, because the ball did get into the clear. The Demons were away, but umpire Gavin Dorr decides on a bounce. Half forward flank for Footscray. Punch away by Cousins, taken for Melbourne. Ball runs free in towards the opposite half-forward flank. Peter Baxter, good hand pass over the top. And a beautiful kick by Foster. Magnificent kick by Foster. And the scores are level. 8 minutes into the first quarter, and the Footscray fans have erupted.
Yes, that was a magnificent kick by Peter Foster. It shows that there is a little bit of breeze there, because Foster's kicked that goal from a good 55 to 60 metres out, and it's made the goals very easily too. He's probably kicked that ball 70 metres. So the breeze is fairly strong down towards that Barclay Street end.
Peter Foster was the Bulldogs' best last weekend on the Gold Coast against the Brisbane Bears. Great game at centre half forward. This is stumped forward by Healy for Melbourne. Taken by Cronin. Ducks a high tackle. Back to half forward. Foster again. Well, he played for Fitzroy. He came to Footscray and he's played easily his best season of VFL football this year. Defender, switch to attack. Beasley there, kicked 10 last week. Chance for McPherson. Healy gets there first. Crash, down they go. The umpires paid a free kick, but now played advantage as Melbourne get it out of defence. Bit of a fight on behind play. Hawkins gains possession, back at centre wing.
Maloney kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Demon defence under pressure, but umpire Dawes picked the free kick out of it. Play on, kick out by Lovett, out towards the wing. Punch away by Purser. Here's a chance for Hawkins. He tries to flip over. Brian Cordy's there. Now McGuinness. Cordy goes after it again. The handball is loose. Lovett, assisted by Sharon. Sharon tackled well, and the ball goes out of bounds, but he was held by the leg, according to the umpire. No, there's a free kick back a little further, and it'll go to Lovett at half-back for the Demons. Royal tries to stop Lovett from getting away, and perhaps just gave Footscray the advantage because Lovett's kick fell short. Hawkins took the mark, kicks it across to the centre. Their captain, Kennedy, come up from full-back, kicks the ball long. Beasley, not marked, but free kick, and Beasley takes the ball 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and the Bulldogs a chance to kick their second goal.
Very good lead by Simon Beasley. And no doubt about the free kick, and now a 15-metre penalty. He will be having the shot for goal from about 30 metres out on a very slight angle, and it should not be too many problems for Simon Beasley.
Beasley's hooked that. Offline. Well, a very bad mistake early in the game because
that was a very easy shot for goal.
Well, it's the crunch 20 minutes, I would think, in a game like this. 1-1, plays one goal straight. Hughes kicks the ball in for the Demons.
Towards the outer side, McGuinness beaten to it by Lovett, who starred in the first quarter. Off to Viney, over the centre of the ground. Off the ground. Forward by Yates, up towards short of half forward. Robbie Flower.
Relayed free kick.
Relayed free to go to Robbie Flower. He started on the half forward flank rather than the wing to Williams. McLean with him. Williams kept his balance well. Off to Turner. A left footer is sprayed out into the pocket, and the defensive mark is taken by Michael Ford, who kicks towards the outer side. Turner is there. Hands to it, but couldn't take the mark. Jackson went without it, picked up by Royal. Royal's kick up towards half forward to Foster. That comes to the back. Beautiful. Williams hooks it. Cousins there, and White, their opponents today, and Sean White covered ground well to get back there and defend and get the ball out of play.
Yes, he looked as though he was 5 or 6 metres away from Richard Cousins, but desperation, he pulled right down into that barrel and found something. And about 35 to 40 metres around from the Footscray goal, we've got a boundary throw in. Cousins gets the flip over the back. There's a chance for Bailey. Feeds the handball off to Lovett. Lovett through centre half back. Kicks to the wing on the members' side. Flower out positioned well. Eccleston, good recovery by the youngster playing against the veteran. And Eccleston's kick high to centre half forward. An unopposed mark taken for the Demons by Stynes. He plays on, doesn't quite know what to do with it. Now he feeds it out wide. Viney's left foot kick to the wing. is not to Melbourne's advantage and lands in the hands of Purser. Purser off to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy quick to half-forward flank. Royal made good position. Opposition rover not good in defence. Royal to Beasley. Beasley marks, plays on and kicks a...
Oh, no.
The ball is still in play. Umpire is checking with the goal umpire, and perhaps a free kick has been paid. Back in the goal square, and it looks as though it's going to Simon Beasley.
There he is taking the mark. Now, I thought he was entitled to play on, unless it was after he kicked it. There's no doubt that he had every right to play on, and unless Danny Hughes dealt with him severely after he kicked that ball, then I think it should have been played on, but we didn't quite see the full replay of it. And you can thank his lucky stars, I think, Simon Beasley, because that would have been a disastrous miss.
Beasley, severe angle, kicks the screw kick and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Well, the Demon supporters are obviously screaming, justice prevails.
Oh, Simon, gee, after 10 goals last week, he can't find the target at all.
Mark taken by Sharon after the kick-in. Everything hanging on this game, and hasn't it started like it? Foster, almost. Kick forward by Stynes, back into the pack. Finishes up with Wilson, off to Jackson, up towards half-forward. Kennedy there with Turner, and the Footscray skipper wins, but kicks it straight to the opposition to Dean. Wide open forward line. Williams leads, fumbles the bouncing ball, comes back to it. Well played, son. Jackson kept going, but the ball, I think, will beat him out of bounds in the forward pocket. Good stuff.
Yeah, good desperate stuff there by Maloney too, Drew. Jackson just took it a little easy. Perhaps he did think the ball was going out of bounds, but we've got a throw in. Only 15 or 20 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Purser gets it down to Royal. Royal's high ball, close to the line, must have bounced only centimetres inside, and now it goes over, and we've got a boundary throw in now, about 55 metres out from Melbourne's goal, and Footscray can breathe a little easier. 1-1 the Bulldogs. Melbourne 1 goal straight. And the windsock perhaps just indicating that the wind blowing slightly in Footscray's favour in the first quarter. Turner gets the ball out. Chance for Newport. Now Purser. Composure. Cronin onto Wallace. Wallace at half-back. Kicks it over the wing. Up towards half-forward. Demon strong in defence now. Chance for Stretch. Breaks through. Brilliant play by Stretch. Kicks the Demons into attack. Up towards between full forward and centre half forward. Demons at ground level. Newport can't control it. Ball at centre half forward for Melbourne. Holding the ball, says umpire Saws. And the free kick will go to Footscray. And it's Magic Michael McLean to take it.
McLean towards the outer side. Hawkins wing. Takes the chest mark, Doug Hawkins. Off to Royal. Royal passes towards Beasley and Williams. Beasley crashed down by his opponent, but Williams, the former Geelong and Richmond player, takes the mark 40 metres from goal in front.
And that was a very courageous mark too, Shane Williams. He backed back. He knew that Simon Beasley and Danny Hughes were bearing down on him, and he kept his eyes on the ball and took a very strong mark.
Footscray looking to build up a bit of a lead with the breeze at quarter time. Williams has done the job, and they lead by 7 points in a low-scoring first quarter. We've been playing nearly 18 minutes, and Footscray 2-1 lead Melbourne 1 goal.
Yes, and it's been very tense football here at the Western Oval. Footscray did run that ball well out of the back line, and there's Dougie Hawkins, a very creative player. Handball, very quick handball over to Royal, and he was looking for Simon Beasley, but I think Williams did the right thing, chipped in front, and an excellent mark.
Isn't Hawkins creative?
Oh.
Footscray by 7 points. Purser gets the tap out through Royal. Wilson, great play by Brian Wilson. His kick is a little too wide. Jackson, good pressure by Maloney. Royal in there, a flip over. Healy onto Stretch. Stretch in short and finds Dean half forward flank, 70 metres from the Demons' goal. Dean wheels around, kicks the ball long, up towards full forward. Nearly a mark, play on. The umpire calls. Chance now for Turner. He can't break clear of the Footscray defence. And the ball only a matter of 25 metres out of directly in front of the Melbourne goal. Umpire Dorr will bounce. Big, strong-looking Steve Turner in the background there. Purser gets the tap out. Greg Healy, now chance for Cronin. Quick kick out of defence. Chance down for Brian Cordy. Royal running everywhere. Tremendous play by the little Footscray rover. Right from the start, he's kicked towards the wing. Now there's a chance for Williams, who's done well. Kicked the last goal. Swings around onto the left foot. Kicks it towards centre-half forward. No mark. Lovett flips it over. Nice football by Lovett. Stynes. Now a chance for White. He flips it back. Good play. And the Demons out of trouble as Sharon kicks the ball to the wing on the members' side. The bounce is unfavourable for Yates. It goes back to Peter Baxter. Peter Baxter in short, looking for his forward, and he's taken it. Steve McPherson, only 40 metres out, not even 40, 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And a little bit of good fortune back on centre wing for the Bulldogs.
Yes, a very favourable bounce, that one for Baxter. But, he made the most of it with perfect delivery to McPherson.
McPherson kicks for goal. It's coming around, but not enough. And through for a behind. It's Footscray second, and they lead by 8 points.
No, it should be much more because a couple of shots Beasley's had, and that shot from McPherson were fairly easy.
Kick in by Hughes. Baxter and stretch. Comes to the back to Yates. Good gather. A high bouncing ball. Half-back flank. Up towards centre wing. Over the head of Viney. Oh, overrun by Sharon. Hawkins has switched to the opposite wing. Picked up by Cordy. McGuinness. Wallace. Cordy. Great stuff, Footscray. Cousins. Look at that. McGuinness. Sensational football by the Bulldogs.
It's a free kick.
Oh, there's an illegal shepherd behind play, just as Royal was getting himself clear to either kick a goal himself or set one up. And it's a Melbourne free back to Yates, which spoils nearly the best footy I've seen all year.
The umpire saw it as an illegal shepherd. I didn't think there was much in it myself. Scored a beautiful passage of football by the Footscray side.
Yeah, looking at the replay, Yates bopped Peter Baxter in the face. The ball at half forward now for Melbourne. Healy, a tap on. Good punch away by Rick Kennedy, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in at half forward for Melbourne.
Anyone who wants to limit it to 3 handballs wants to have a look at that passage of play.
Spectacular, wasn't it, Bernie? Play goes on now. Free kick being picked out of it by umpire Dorr, but it'll go to Footscray, and it looks as though it may go back to young Eppelston. No, Purser to take the free kick. 15-metre penalty. There's been quite a few of those in the first 20 minutes of this match, and Purser kicks the Bulldogs into attack.
Up towards half forward. Foster gets it away from his opponent, Spalding. Cousins inboard. Wilson intercepts. The 82 Brownlow medalist. Oh, that wasn't good. And the Footscray fans gave him plenty.
Yes, it's not pleasant coming back here after you've left Footscray, I can tell you that.
You've both done it. Oh, well.
That's right.
Punch away. Good punch away by Sean White towards the wing. Maybe Newport was interfered with. Wallace gets the handball away. Flip on by Stynes. Newport's quick kick under pressure is fairly effective because it gathers 45 metres for the Demons and goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in at half forward for Melbourne, members side.
Robbie Flowers hardly had a touch yet. He's playing on Greg Eppelston. Eppelston in his second season. Robbie Flower, his 15th. 23 games, playing 271. A kid against a veteran. Well played by Bailey. Hooking. Oh, what a mark! A one-armer by Dean just outside the 50. Fantastic.
Very difficult mark to take, that one. Diving forward, managed to control it with the one hand.
A booming kick, and it's home! What a way to cap off the mark of the match to date by the goal of the match. And Melbourne have kicked 2 into the breeze and trail by just 2 points.
He's got plenty of talent, this Warren Dean. Plays either on the wing or the half-forward flank, and he's exceptionally tall. He's about 6'3", only very slight, but plenty of ability.
Oh, what an incredible kick. It makes you wonder whether the breeze is having any real effect.
There's that mark again, and how he held on to that is beyond me.
Footscray about to come forward from the centre bounce. Royal, good interception by Lovett. Strong play, overruns it. Footscray forwards under pressure, McPherson. White out of defence. Bailey's quick kick from a standing start. Goes to the wing. Good punch away. Up towards centre half forward. Royal's a chance. Free kick being picked out of it. And it'll go back to the centre. And Greg Healy is the recipient for the Demons.
He goes across to Bailey. Kick by Bailey to half forward. Flower with Eccleston there. Comes to Hawkins. Threads out the hand pass to Cordy, who's been a brilliant halfback flanker. Over to Cronin. Cronin's kick up towards centre half forward. Beasley in the thick of things. Front of the pack. Comes to the front. He can't mark. Sean White, the Scotsman who was recruited to Australian football from Gaelic football in Ireland. Colin on the ground. Socket forward by Jackson. Goes to Wilson. Didn't have it. Yes, the umpire said he did. He put it down to try and bounce around his opponent. Caught in possession by Steve Wallace.
And doesn't the crowd love that decision out here at the Western Oval?
Ball at centre half forward for Footscray. Repelled by Spalding. Takes one bounce and now kicks a wobbly looking drop punt kick towards half forward, and a good mark taken by young Eccleston. Very composed, feeds it off to McLean. McLean over the top, looping hand pass, finds Maloney. Maloney runs through centre wing and kicks it long, 60 metres, up towards half forward, and the good mark's been taken by Williams. Was he out of bounds? No. Plays on, through half forward flank, and a beautiful kick by Williams, and he finds Colin in front of goal, only 30 metres out. And here's a nice little test for a young player.
Yes, well, he's directly in front. There's a magnificent kick by Williams. Sean White there made the mistake of leaving him and expecting Williams to kick long.
Playing only his third game. He's made no mistake. But what a magnificent kick by Williams, a centering kick. And Footscray's third goal on the board through Colin. They lead by 8 points.
Well, not a bad contest out here at the Western Oval, as we expected. Neither side really able to get on top. Very tense finals type atmosphere. And there's Shane Williams. He played very well up in Carrara last week. And look at that, just had that last minute glance, saw Colin Newt by himself and delivered it perfectly.
20 plays 12 with Footscray in front. It'll be a longish quarter, even though there have only been 5 goals kicked. Hawkins tried to weave through them, but went without it. Kicks the ball off the ground when prone on the ground. Wilson, too high for Bailey. Bailey paddles through his legs. Taken by Cordy, who's starring. Wallace. Beautiful pass to McPherson. Second grab, good mark. 2 kicks to goal from there. Goes in short. Colin in front. Oh, good mark. Not paid. White, his opponent, thumps it away. Taken by Maloney. Goes on to Wallace. Wallace centering to Beasley or Foster. Hughes in front. And Wilson there to help him. And Wilson across the half-back line. A great little pass to Yates.
Yates with no one really to kick it to. Close to the boundary line. Oh, good mark by Flower. Eccleston has not given him 5 centimetres. Flower takes the mark on centre wing, kicks the ball towards half forward, high over the top, a good mark taken for the Demons by Newport. Demons doing well. They've kicked 2 goals into what we feel could be a slight breeze. Up towards full forward. Healy doing the roving. Good interception there by Cronin. Kennedy well tackled. Gets the handball away. Brian Cordy coming up for about 8 possessions in the first quarter. Kicks it out to half back. The mark taken by Eccleston. Over the top, Williams. The Footscray boys are on the move again. Williams left foot kick towards centre half forward. Melbourne in the van. At the back, Foster throws the ball away. Play on, says umpire Saws. Demons with the numbers at ground level, and a quick kick out of it by Stynes finds Viney. Viney over the top finds Newport. Newport on centre wing. Not a bad kick by Newport because he's placed it just in the middle. Greg Healy takes the mark and plays on. Kicks it towards full forward. Williams, good opposition by Footscray defence. Fashionable play by Ford. The ball at centre half forward. Footscray will come clear. Ford's quick kick lands in the hands of Dean.
And now Warren Dean just forward of centre wing. His kick up inside half forward. Williams there for Melbourne. At the back, Turner. Stynes it is. Jim Stynes.
Used his body very well to take that mark. He's a big boy, Jimmy Stynes.
It was Melbourne's international recruiting which got Stynes and White into Demon colours. They might nearly inspire them into the finals for the first time for Yonks. And what a great kick by Jim Stynes. Melbourne gets back to within 2 points, and that's 3 goals into the slight breeze in the first quarter, and 3 goals which could be vital.
Here he is, uses his body very well. Just a little nudge and put Kennedy right off balance, but that's the difference between the two sides at the moment. Melbourne have made the most of their opportunities in front of goal, and Footscray have missed about 2 or 3 very easy shots.
Back in the centre, good tap out by Turner, not really to the Demons' advantage. McGuinness with his first touch, right foot kick towards half forward. McPherson, good opposition by Lovett. Ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in between wing and half forward. The sad news for Demons, the administration, the whole club and the supporters. Garry Lyon has broken his leg in the first 6 minutes of the big game here at the Western Oval. He's been taken to Avenue Hospital, and what a bad blow for the Demons. The ball at half forward for Footscray. Royal, left foot shot for goal. Can it bounce through? McPherson kicks it through anyway.
Don't worry about it now. You've got the goal. And that'll be shocking to give it away, but there's Royal, who's been in everything in the first quarter.
Great quarter.
I thought McPherson may have been able to take that mark originally, but he did the right thing. Oh, Danny Hughes. Made sure he earned it.
Tough as old boots, this guy, 27.
So once again, Footscray skip away to an 8-point lead. We've played about 32 minutes, but it will be a long quarter. Thumped out by Healy. Goes to McGuinness. Kick touched off the boot. Wide to the wing. Wallace. Will he get there before it goes out? Oh, beautiful. But in fact, he gave it away to Stretch. Stretch back to Newport. Up short of half forward. Oh, courageous mark by Chiron in the same direction as the ball.
John Northey's a big rat for Chiron. He gives the hand pass to Greg Healy. Greg Healy finds Wilson on his own in the pocket. Shocking kick in front of Williams. Williams round to the left foot, gives it back to Wilson. Wilson's shot for goal. Close. Flower. Oh, good smothering. Dean. Melbourne kick a goal through Dean. Well, they had a few chances, but eventually they got there. Second goal to Warren Dean, and the Demons fight back, and what a game.
Tremendous game out here. Good play by Brian Wilson. There's a kick. Robbie Flower looked a certainty to kick this goal, but look at that smother by Rick Kennedy. Go into the hands of Warren Dean, and here's a very good snap at goal. Kicking his second. And Footscray now lead by 2 points at the 34-minute mark.
Well, maybe we shouldn't even be talking about the breeze. Probably the lightest breeze I've ever seen at the Western Oval. And Melbourne certainly have kicked 4 goals into what looks like the breeze. Free kick in the middle. Royal has been sensational. He and McGuinness are vying for the leading kick winners in the competition for the season. Royal started just behind, but he'd be well in front up to quarter time. Hawkins back to Royal. Up towards Beasley. Didn't go up for it. Beasley a chance. Viney fumbles. Footscray still on the forward line. Viney again. Ball knocked out of his arms. What a contest by 36 players here. That ball's gone out. It'll be a throw-in.
He made sure it went out, didn't he, Spalding? Went for the safety of the boundary line.
Only 55 metres out. McGuinness a chance, dispossessed. A battle for possession of the football. Umpire Dawes picked out a free kick. Well, I couldn't quite see that.
And I couldn't either, Robbo, so it's going to Peter Foster anyway.
Judging on Foster's goal earlier in the quarter, he'd have to be a chance to kick this.
Yeah,
He'll need 55 metres.
That's right, and he kicked a good 60 metres earlier.
looks as though it's been punched away by the Demon defence. Right on the line it has. No score. And at quarter time in a very, very entertaining 25 or 30 minutes in an important clash. Footscray lead by 2 points. The Bulldogs 4-2-26. Melbourne 4 goals straight 24. Goal kickers for Footscray, one each to Shane Williams, Steve McPherson, Foster and Collineux. And for Melbourne, 2 goals to Warren Dean and one each to Lyon, who has broken his leg unfortunately for the Demons. And the other goal kicker for Melbourne was Jim Stynes.
Welcome back to the VFL Sports Centre, and at half-time today, we check on the news of the week and we talk to a VFL star who had to choose between football and tennis. Welcome back at quarter-time in the match between the Bulldogs and the Demons. 2 points the margin in favour of Footscray. 4-2, 26 to 4 straight goals for Melbourne. 24, Warren Dean, the only multiple goal kicker for Melbourne. He has kicked 2 goals in the opening term. Pretty undisciplined opening term, Barry.
I just can't believe some of those players, honestly. I mean, if they didn't learn their lesson last week, the Melbourne players, and it doesn't look as though they have, and if they win today, some of them are going to miss out on playing next week. I mean, it's just totally undisciplined football, and they should be dragged off the ground as far as I'm concerned.
Well, of course, they're a bit short of dragger offers now, seeing they've lost Garry Lyon, which is going to be an expensive loss for them.
Yeah, it was a tragedy for Garry, because he is a good player and a focal point for their forward line, and it didn't look too good when he went off the ground, and it's been confirmed that he has broken his leg.
Well, let's take a look at the statistics at this stage of the day, and it's a pretty tight match, so there's probably not going to be a lot in them, but handballs are certainly interesting.
Yeah, I think Footscray are probably using the ball a little bit better. We commented during the quarter there that Melbourne's disposal lacked penetration all over the ground, so a big factor there.
Well, there's the scores around the place at the moment. Sydney off to a flying start, which will no doubt make the Sydney fans happy. 2 points the margin, and the other 3 games being played this afternoon. So certainly an interesting stage. It's really going to go right down to the wire, this round 22, the final round of home and away matches in the VFL season of 1987. Let's take you back now to the Western Oval and our commentators to pick up on play in the second term.
Well, welcome back to the Western Oval, where the Bulldogs hold sway by just 2 points in a scintillating first quarter. 4-2 to 4 straight. Melbourne, if anything, the slight breeze. Hawkins goes backwards. Dean, well played. He's taken it backwards. Shrugs off Purser, up towards half forward. Flower trying to nudge out an opponent. Goes to Williams, wide now to Yates. 55 metres out, hooks back. Chance for Melbourne. Spoiled by Kennedy, which is well played. It goes to McLean. Danger here. That'll be a free kick to Williams, who took one high, and David Williams on about the 50-metre line. And the breeze will be a help from there, not only behind him, but slightly right to left.
He made it look worse than it was. He got up pretty quick.
His kick for goal goes with the breeze and goes out of bounds on the full.
Yes, you're right, Robbo. When once he heard that whistle, he jumped up to his feet very quickly.
Well, defenders are supposed to make it hard for forwards, and that's exactly what Peter Baxter did. The kick by Kennedy towards half-back. High ball, punched away. Flower didn't have it, but play-ons is the umpire. Wallace, battling hard for the Bulldogs at half-back. Can't control it, and we'll have a throw-in. 70 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Footscray got a bit of a battle on their hands because Melbourne definitely kicking to the scoring end. Now it comes clear. Wallace, can he break clear? Now he gets the handball wide. Brian Cordy over the top. McGuinness forced to kick with the right foot. Keeps the ball in play well. Bailey punches it away from Foster, and we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing just in front of the Melbourne players' race. Footscray leading by 2 points.
Foster in ruck against Stynes. Comes to Royal, who had 9 kicks, 2 hand passes in the first term. Can't get another one here. Wilson just goes blindly, gains about 10 or 15 metres, and the ball goes out of play. This time Purser's there to do battle with Jim Stynes. Stynes works his way to the front. Purser takes clean possession. That gave away the free kick, according to the umpire. And the free kick goes to Irish.
It's pretty tough, that one.
Stynes tries the big torpedo, doesn't quite get onto it, but it gathers about 65 metres up into the forward pocket area, and we'll have a boundary throw in 15 or 20 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Footscray 4-2, Melbourne 4 goals straight. No score added to the quarter time scores. Purser held when he really anywhere near the football, and Purser will take the free kick for Footscray in the back pocket, looking for someone to handball it off to, and he looks now as though, well, he does, off to McLean. McLean at full back with pace, runs through centre-half back, second bounce. He's running away from Turner. Turner's just about given up the ghost because McLean's quick up towards centre-half forward. Unfortunately for Footscray, the Melbourne defence standing firm, and it's Lovett. Lovett, wide hand pass, stretch, all on his own. Steadies, kicks the ball long to centre-half forward. No mark, punched away. Chance for Hawkins. Now he goes back and kicks it off the ground. It's in the centre of the field. Sharon onto the running Bailey. Bailey at centre-half forward. Might just have a ping with a long drop punt up to the forward pocket area. High flyers wanted Eccleston. Keep it in. No, he doesn't. It rushes through for a behind of Melbourne. And the first score of the second quarter comes up after 3 minutes. It's a rush behind of Melbourne.
Yes, it's not very easy to kick goals out there today. This finals like pressure that's being applied.
Trouble for Hawkins near the boundary line, outnumbered 2-1, stretched beautifully to Turner, and then Turner kicked out on the full. Well, he let down the great work of Stephen Stretch. Hawkins will take the free kick. I was looking forward to the battle of Hawkins and Flower on the wing, but Robbie Flower's at half forward on Eccleston. Doug Hawkins takes the kick, short of the wing. Big pack comes to the back. Wallace has played an excellent game with Royal. Collinghute, good lead, good mark. And he's giving White a few problems. Collinghute, little short kick over the top. Wallace had kept going. And he has covered more ground than Burke and Wills. Now to Royal, but he leaves it for Beasley, who marks just outside 50. Very difficult to score from over there.
Yes, I think he may be even struggling to make the distance from there. He'll be kicking from about 55 metres out. And there is a slight breeze against Simon Beasley.
Yet to register his first goal. He puts it very high. The breeze takes hold of it, holds it up. Thumped out by Stynes. Beautifully to Yates.
Yates, good kick by Yates because he had no one to deliver it to, and he's found touch some 45 metres closer to the Melbourne goal, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Well out of the danger area for the Demons. Footscray lead by 1 point. Very important game for both sides. Cronin's quick kick towards the forward pocket area. Beasley out in front. Looping handball. Oh, good chance now. It's a goal by McPherson. No, it's not. He's missed. Well, it looked like a goal from here, but the goal umpire has signalled that it's Footscray's third behind on the scoreboard. 4-3 plays 4-1, and strong play by Steve McPherson. Kick in by Danny Hughes. Covers 70 metres. Out towards half-back. Goes through all players. Chance there for Lovett. Well tackled by Wallace. Could be holding the ball, it is. And Wallace will take the free kick. Play on. Foster. Advantage free kick paid. Foster to centre-half forward. Sharon against Cronin. The ball runs free now. There's a chance there for Williams. He can't quite get it out to McPherson. The ball goes back towards Melbourne's goal. Healy there. No one can break clear. Surely the umpire will bounce now. Right on the 50-metre line in Footscray scoring zone. Both sides desperate.
This game is for a place in the 5 if Geelong lose to Hawthorn at Cardinia Park. And at quarter time down there, the Hawks were 2-13 to 2-6. So the Cats not without a chance due to Hawthorn's bad kicking in the first quarter. You must have seen something different. 3-2, is it?
A slight variation.
Beg your pardon.
Ball to half-back for Melbourne. Chance down for Footscray. Wallace. Gee, he's unobtrusive, but he keeps on getting the football, Steve Wallace.
He's always where the ball is, Steve Wallace. He's got a happy knack of always being there.
He doesn't get too many plaudits as one of the superstars of the game, but gee, knocks up getting the football. A bounce between wing and centre-half forward. Chance for Wilson. He's well tackled. Could be holding it. Yes, it is.
Good decision. Good decision.
14th possession for Steve Wallace. 15 metres against Wilson. And the frustration's showing already.
Brian was waiting for the free kick. He played for it, but the very good tackle from the Footscray player.
Oh, brilliant pass by Wallace, finds Beasley. And Beasley only 45 metres out, directly in front. And we saw in the first quarter Warren Dean kick a goal from perhaps just a little further out than where Beasley will kick from. Comes close to the man on the mark, and that might just have put him off enough. It has. And the fourth behind on the scoreboard for Footscray. Footscray 4-4-28. Lead Melbourne 4-1-25. And the Demons, the only addition to their quarter-time score in 8 minutes has been a rush behind.
That's 2 behinds and 1 miss from Simon Beasley. He's had plenty of the ball this afternoon, but he just cannot find the scoring area.
Danny Hughes kicks in. Gains about 70 metres. Helped up by White. Dumped forward by Baxter. Beautiful. In the direction of Williams. On to McGuinness. What a great goal.
Yes, and that came from the knock-on from Peter Baxter. A beautiful knock-on. Set the play up. Over to Shane Williams. There's a knock-on from Baxter. Shane Williams is providing plenty of life on the forward line. And there's a beautiful running goal to Tony McGuinness.
Great finisher, McGuinness, isn't he?
Oh, he's got plenty of skills, McGuinness. He's had a great year. Or even saying he could be a big chance for the Brownlow out here.
Well, there's a few players in this Footscray side that would get votes during this year. Bounce back in the centre. Chance for Hawkins. Creative again. Over to Cronin. Cronin on the left foot. Kicks into the forward pocket. Beasley just a little bit too far. Love it to tidy up for the Demons. Out towards half-back. The Demons, it just could be a crucial 10 or 15 minutes for them. Stretch at half-back. Can they score out of this? His kick is a long one. Good punch away by Ford. Back into the centre. Maloney. Good play by the youngster. Up towards centre-half forward. The mark taken by White for Melbourne.
And he was legged, allowed to go on with things with a charging run. The former soccer player, the former Gaelic footballer. Great stuff. Yates back to White, who kept going. Look at that hand pass. That's a thing he's never done before until about 4 years ago. But Newport spoiled it with a wild blaze at goal. He hooked it for a behind.
Yes, it's amazing that Sean White's been able to pick up the skills of this game so quickly. As we saw with a magnificent left-hand handball that found Newport.
Bailey off, Coop on, and we're 10 minutes into the second quarter. The kick-in goes to half-back. Hawkins there. Who can he give it to? Always looking to create, Dougie Hawkins. Left foot kick towards the wing, and the mark's been taken by Foster, who's been forced to come a long way down from centre-half forward to get that ball. He's kicked towards half-forward, a little too high. Punch away by the Demon defence. Now Sharon there to clean up for Melbourne. He's high ball up towards half-forward. No mark taken. Punched away by Hawkins and Brian Cordy from Dean. And we'll have a throw in between wing and half-forward as the Demon supporters get a little excited in the outer. 8 points the difference. Footscray lead 5-4 to 4-2.
Atmosphere like a final. Free kick to Brian Royal. He takes it quickly. Up to Foster. Thump down Maloney. Well played, Troy Maloney, near the boundary line. Not great distance with his left footer. Past Collinuk it goes. McPherson there. Collinuk back in for it. The hand pass missed Maloney, who kept going. Under pressure. So's everyone in this game. And holding the ball. Melbourne's free. Stevens stretch. A champion halfback.
Well, inexperience all over the place between Maloney and Collinuk there, and stretch for the Demons. Kicks the ball 50 metres plus, but there's the big fellow, Purser. Gets the handball away. Wallace again. Kick towards centre-half forward. Beasley come a long way out from goal. White there for the Demons. Feeds the handball off. Chance for Lovett. Lovett kicks towards the wing. Great punch away by Baxter. Doing well in defensive roles. Newport slips over at the crucial stage. Gets the handball off to White. Super tackle by McPherson. Yates, the Demon defence under lots of pressure from Footscray forwards. And Mickey Moldhouse would be proud of his boys up in the forward line.
Tremendous pressure by the Footscray forwards. They really kept that ball in there very well, and that's a big part of the game nowadays. They've got to put a lot of pressure on the defenders and not let them get it down into the forward line quickly to give their forwards a chance.
Tap out goes to Jackson, and Newport takes an excellent mark in between half-back and centre wing. 8 points the difference, Footscray in front, and we've been playing about 12 minutes in the second quarter. Eccleston drops a mark, but he's hardly given Robbie Flower a sniff. Here's Jackson, and the ball goes out of bounds. Looks like Bailey's about to come back on for Melbourne. Robbie Flowers had 2 kicks. And Bailey, number 24, right there. It comes to Wilson. He breaks away with little pressure this time. Great pass to Williams. Oh, drops a bit short, and Hawkins doubling back into defence. Excellent overhead mark.
Oh, what a hero.
I've noticed he does that a lot. Even when I was playing, he always used to find his way into that forward area and cut off the leads.
On to Purser, on to Baxter. The ball at centre half forward for Footscray. Demon defence under pressure. White, looping handball, puts Lovett under pressure. The ball goes wide. Viney, off to Coop. Coop to Stretch. Stretch to Dasher. Great kick by Stretch, finds Williams. Sensational football at the Western Oval. 1 minute by Footscray and the next minute by the Demons. 45 metres out. David Williams has his chance to kick Melbourne's 5th goal, and perhaps they just may need this. Offline shocker by Williams, out of bounds on the full, and a free kick to the Bulldogs.
Well, we saw him last week against the West Coast Eagles. He got plenty of the ball, but his kicking for goal really let him down, and on that occasion the same thing happened.
He's kicked 2 out of bounds on the full today. Steve Turner went off the ground, replaced by Bailey. Up towards half forward for Footscray. Williams. Oh, what a tackle. Stopped him in his tracks, Coop. But he doesn't get a free kick for that tackle. The ball's out of play. It'll be a throw-in. Look at this tackle.
Yes, I think he may have just been over the line before the tackle was applied.
Boundary throw-in, defensive side of centre. Good punch away by Demons. There's a chance down for Royal. He's knocked up getting the football. Up towards half forward. Unfortunately for Footscray, slightly astray and over the line for a free kick. And it'll be taken by Chiron at half-back for Melbourne. Few players in this match have played with other sides. Chiron, Coop, played at Footscray. Now it's at half-forward. Chance for Coop. Comes short. Looking for Williams. He leads well. Gives the handball off. It's a stray. Kennedy. Can he keep it in? Now he gets the handball wide. Maloney doing well for the Bulldogs in the back pocket. Puts it out. Yes, it's been free kick. It looked fairly obvious from here.
Yes, there's no doubt about his intentions. He went straight for that boundary line.
Short pass has found Jackson inside 50 metres. But a very difficult place. There's been a report. Kennedy reported. I would say it'd have to be for abusing the umpire, wouldn't it, over that free kick being given against Maloney?
Well, I didn't see anything else. Any other reason why it would have been reported? And
No opposition numbers have been taken.
No.
Jackson with the football, 45 metres out. Shoots for goal for Melbourne, in front of the square. Rush of players, and umpire saws will bounce. Well, Rick gives you the impression at times that he gets a bit vocal out there on the field.
Yeah, he's got plenty to say, Rick, when you're playing on him.
Purser tries to rush this one through, but hasn't got it there yet. And this will be another ball up in the square. Don't you have different rights as a captain, though? Aren't you allowed to at least ask what's going on?
Well, it depends how you ask, I suppose, Drew.
Chance here for the Demons. They need it. Purser tries to rush it through again. Coop can't get it through the pack. And Wallace is the one who forces it over the boundary line. But there's a free kick to Footscray, and it'll go to Steve Wallace, who's been a sensational player.
They're doing well at this stage in the second quarter, Footscray.
Hasn't reached half back yet. Flower can't get Bird to ball. The hand pass is threaded out looking for Royal, but it misses him out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yes, the curly-headed duo, Wallace and Royal, have been the instigators of the Footscray performance so far. And here he is again, Royal. Good smothering tactics by Melbourne. Maloney out to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy high towards half-back. Flower can't mark. Chance for Greg Healy. Oh, good mark from Melbourne. Is it Dean?
Dean it is. A great mark.
Tremendous mark. 40 metres out. It's his 5th for the match so far. Good hands.
That's where his height really helped him out there too, over the top of Brian Royal.
Past the 15-minute mark. And Melbourne still have not kicked a goal in the second quarter.
He took that one a little bit easily, Warren Dean.
And Footscray have only kicked one for the term as well, so we've been playing about 18 minutes for one goal. McLean kicks in. Thumped up the ground by Purser. It's taken by Stretch, but he loses it to Kennedy. Great play, Kennedy. Off to Cronin. Kick up short of half forward. White's there, but goes to ground. Leaves it behind for Williams. And he rushes it out on centre wing, out of sight. The Melbourne fans packed in there under the Footscray coach's box. There's Mickey Malthouse in the blue shirt in the middle, offering instructions. The players can hear him from there too. Comes to Stretch. Up towards half forward. Kennedy, clever tap. Beautiful. To Ford. They're relayed free here. The umpire getting in and speaking to a Melbourne player, Bailey.
Free kick against Bailey. He offended against the player who was shepherding.
Foster takes the ball and kicks it towards Beasley. Intercepting was Yates. Yates, quick left foot kick. Oh, bad bounce for Healy. Beasley's done well. He's followed the play up the field. He gets the handball away. Kennedy overruns it. Chance now for Spalding. He can't break clear. Bailey out wide. Stynes nearly kicked it off the field. Collingham. Here's Footscray through Hawkins. Hawkins out onto the famous Dougie Hawkins wing. Short pass finds McGuinness. And McGuinness, right on the sports play logo, decides to run it long and kick it 50 metres up towards half forward. Demon defence under pressure now. Royal again. Held but he didn't have the ball. Free kick. And that's what you get when you get in after it. Brian Royal, the personification of the #1 rover in the VFL, 14th possession, and we are nearly 20 minutes into the second quarter.
This will test him, I think. Kicking from about 50-metre mark, maybe a little bit further than 50 metres when he has the kick.
Royal, good kick. Great ground through the centre. An inspirational goal from Choco Royal for the Bulldogs, and they lead by 13 points.
Yes, a very handy goal at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. And he's been a real inspiration, Brian Royal. He's been into everything today. And, gee, I don't know where they'd be without him, because he's just a fantastic player. Here's the free kick now. In the back to Brian Royal, or holding the man, take your pick.
And his experience helped him get the free. Definitely made the most of it too. Steve Turner about to come back on for the Demons. Ball up in the middle, Purser. Off to Baxter. And away goes Baxter. Delivers a good pass. Beasley in the goal square. To the front. And that'll be a ball up. No, Foster. Off goes Stynes. And back on comes Turner.
Ball up only 15, 20 metres out from the Footscray goal. Williams ran through, didn't take it. Coop did. Off to Spalding. The Demons temporarily out of trouble into the centre. Turner, who's only been on the ground 12.5 seconds. And Turner takes the mark in the centre for Melbourne. Plays on awkward kicking style, but he gathers good ground up towards half forward. Good punch away by Eccleston. He's done well on Flower. Bailey, Flower flips it over to Jackson. Jackson's got Newport in support. Off to Wilson. Wilson's handball finds Jackson. Chance for Melbourne. Jackson for goal. Offline. Williams takes it, but it may have been through. It was for a behind to Melbourne, and it's exactly 2 goals the difference. 6-4 plays 4-4. The Bulldogs lead.
I think Melbourne should have made more of this slight breeze in the second quarter. Footscray played very well and have retained possession on most occasions.
Hawkins loses sight of it. Socket forward for Melbourne and goes out of bounds in the forward pocket. Not quite the same urgency as the first quarter. That was hard to beat. We had fights, reports. Unfortunately, we had Garry Lyon carried off with a broken leg and a 2-point margin, 4 goals each to quarter time. Here's Greg Healy. Out to Stretch. From near the boundary line, what a kick! Melbourne's first goal for the quarter has come from deep in the bleachers.
Yes, that was an amazing goal by Stephen Stretch. Running towards the boundary line on the wrong side of the ground. And the goal umpire had a very good look at that one. An amazing goal.
Kennedy off. That's Rick Kennedy, the captain of Footscray. And he doesn't look injured.
He's been
Bounce back in the centre. Wallace again. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Mark taken by Foster. Plays on quickly. Kick around the corner. Beasley at the back. Melbourne defence. White. A quick kick out towards half back. Stretches a chance. Hawkins for Footscray. Keeps the ball in, or does he? No, he doesn't. And we'll have a boundary throw in. The play, half forward flank, out of side for Footscray. Some 70 to 80 metres away from their goal. Big punch away attempted by White. Foster there for Footscray. McGuinness. Kick off the ground by Sharon. Goes over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in the identical same place as the previous boundary throw in.
Is that a tautology? Identical same? Foster trying to weave out of it. Williams has been a good player for Footscray. Hooking back in the Beasley direction. Thumped away from him. Further up the ground by Melbourne. They have all the runners. Sharon off the ground. Short of centre wing. Purser stays at the back after Baxter's thump away. Here's Peter Baxter. Socket forward for Melbourne. Fumbled by Cordy, but somehow he gets it across the forward. Good kick to Beasley. Out positioned almost to Hughes. Melbourne will be happy to see it out, but they haven't. Picked up by Collingham. Hooked towards goal. It stayed in. White. What an athlete this boy is. Sensational football.
Great play by White. He's even deprived Footscray of a behind. Bailey at half back kicks the ball into the centre. Flower can't mark. Wallace there for Footscray. Looping handball. Hawkins. In support, Darren Baxter. Poor kick by that player. Up towards half forward. Unfavourable bounce. Picked up by Lovett. Lovett inboard. Dean gets past Royal. A little too easily for an experienced player in Royal, but there's that young fellow from Wanron. Greg Eccleston takes the mark at half-back for the Bulldogs. Plays on and kicks it out towards the wing, and the mark, a clever one taken by Stephen Newport for Melbourne.
Yes, it's Wanron Woodside against Murrumbina today, and Wanron's doing better. Good mark almost to Wilson, but he dropped it. Gets out the hand pass. Here's Robbie Flower. Disappointing in his 271st. Great tackle by Cronin. Flower loses it. Oh, brilliant by Wallace. Beautiful hand pass to Eccleston. Up to centre wing, all Melbourne. Turner drops what he should have taken. And now it'll be a baller.
Yeah, they messed that up, Melbourne.
No talk there, was there? The two Melbourne players are fighting each other for it.
Centre wing. Royal again. This time his kick over the line on the full. Well, one wonders whether that goes down in the stats as an effective kick. He gained 45 metres, but it'll certainly go back over the top of where he kicked it from. Sean White, half forward flank. Great punch away by Purser. Chance now for Spalding. Good kick around the corner. Clean bowls all players except Dean. Well gathered. Left foot pass. Goes past Williams. Cronin's under pressure. Good shepherding by McLean. Gives Cronin a little bit of space. Out wide. A little too wide maybe for Dougie Hawkins, and he takes it over and will have a throw in 60 metres around from the Melbourne goal. The scoreboard, Footscray 6-4, Melbourne 5-4, and it's a tight game at the Western Oval. Viney can't get clear. Greg Healy can. Good pass. He looks inboard for Newport. Chance there for Wilson. Siren sounds. There's a free kick being picked out right on the siren. It'll go to Wilson by the look of it. And he just may be able to score. He's 50 metres out. And Brian Wilson, not a bad kick of the football.
Oh, he is a good kick. And as we've mentioned before, there is a slight breeze favouring this kick. He'll be kicking from about 55 metres out. Looks like he's going to favour the torpedo.
This to level the scores.
No.
He hasn't made it. He tried for too much.
Never looked like it.
So at half-time, Footscray leads 6-4-40 to Melbourne 5-4-34. And in that quarter, Melbourne had the win but kicked 1 goal 4 to Footscray 2 goals 2. Not so much a wind, but a breeze. For Footscray, their goal kickers have all been singles to Williams, McGuinness, McPherson, Peter Foster, Royal and Collingwood. And for Melbourne, Warren Dean kicked 2 in the first quarter, and Lyon, Stretch and Stynes have kicked 1 each. Just 6 points in it. Both teams playing for a place in the finals in a crackerjack game at the Western Oval.
We'll return to the VFL Sports Centre in just a moment with a review of the news that made the headlines this week in the VFL. Round 21 resulted in 10 players appearing before the tribunal over 3 days of sittings. Suspended as a result of Melbourne duo Steve O'Dwyer and Rod Grinter, along with camp skipper Damien Burke. Umpire Ian Robinson this week becomes the first man in white to officiate in 350 games. Sydney Vice-Captain Mark Browning will lead the Swans when he brings up his 250th senior appearance. Roger Merritt and Peter Russo both reached their 150th outing this weekend, while Hawk Chris Langford compiles his century in the same game against Geelong. Star full forward Tony Lockett has signed a contract that will see the young star remain a Saint for at least the next 3 seasons, and the club is also negotiating with 9 other top Saints with contracts reputed to be within the vicinity of $2 million. Speedo, the best-known name in Australian competitive swimwear, will sponsor the 1987 Finals Series. The sponsorship, announced this week by Speedo and the VFL, gives Speedo the naming rights to the finals, and the grand final will be the Speedo VFL Grand Final. Former Footscray and Sydney player Barry Round has won the VFA's Best and Fairest trophy, the J.J. Liston Medal, at 37 years of age. Round, who won the Brownlow Medal in 1981 in a tie with Bernie Quinlan, now plays with Williamstown. The VFL has charged Tiger Neil Peart over an incident in the Richmond-Sydney Reserve Grade match at the SCG on July 31. Swan Tony Smith lodged a complaint against Peart and is believed to be the first VFL player to lodge a complaint against an opponent. The West Coast Eagles have been fined by the VFL on charges of poaching players Buckenara and Harding. The fine of $60,000 was considered fair by the Eagles administration. Richmond finished 1987 with 2 losses on Friday. The Brisbane Bears outclassed the Tigers to make sure the Wooden Spoons stayed in Victoria, and Tiger coach Tony Jewell announced before the game that he'd had enough and would not coach Richmond in 1988. And part of the news next week will be who the new coach of Tigerland will be for the 1988 season. A lot of people saying Kevin Bartlett. There's also a bit of a rumour around that John Todd from Western Australia could be interested. OK, let's take a look at the scores from the other grounds now at half-time in this very vital round of football. Geelong 6-12-48. Lead Hawthorn 6-6-42. That will send a shockwave of horror around the Western Oval at the moment. Carlton, 5-6-36 to North Melbourne, 8-4-52. That is a shockwave of horror around Princes Park. And Fitzroy, 12-6-78, will be worrying Sydney, no doubt, 10-10-70. Some very interesting scores and a very interesting round of football. Let's take a look at the games to be decided tomorrow. West Coast Eagles play St Kilda from Subiaco Oval. That game commencing at 2:15 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time, and Essendon and Collingwood from the MCG. That match commences at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. In tomorrow's game, well, Barry, there's a cat among the pigeons a little bit in the scores from the other grounds at half-time.
None of them are going the way they're supposed to.
It's not working out at all.
Not for Footscray or Melbourne anyway at this stage. So it's going to be a great second half to a great round.
Well, just reiterating, of course, if Geelong beat Hawthorn, Geelong stay in the 5.
Yeah, well, as we said before, I think Geelong in full flight would probably do better than either Footscray or Melbourne in the final series. So maybe that might be better if Geelong do beat Hawthorn.
All right, well, we'll find out about 5 o'clock this afternoon. We'll keep you posted throughout the afternoon. Take a break. Back with you in just a moment. Football or an international tennis career? That was the decision facing Melbourne's Todd Viney, and we'll find out more when we return to the VFL Match of the Day.
Been fantastic. Hope it continues for the next hour. Dean dragged down. Ball held to him, says umpire Rowan Saws, and he'll come in and ball it up. See Footscray starting the second half with their captain Rick Kennedy on the bench. He's been reported, and with him Cousins, so a bit of height and strength there.
Free kick being picked out of that ruck contest, and it'll go to Purser, defensive side of centre. He'll put the Bulldogs into attack. Nice long kick by Purser out towards the half-forward flank area. Collinwood takes the mark. He gave the handball to Royal. One wonders whether Royal was ready for it, but he backed up, turned, kicked it with centre-half forward. Demon defence under pressure. Hughes gets the kick away. Newport a chance. Bounce over the top. Here comes Peter Baxter. Handball over the top. Steve McPherson. Cronin from inside 50 metres. Goes for goal. Offline. Mark for Footscray. Right in the goal square to Foster. And what a tonic for the Bulldogs this will be. Just 2 minutes after the start of the third quarter, Foster will kick Footscray's 7th goal. And the second goal for him personally.
Yes, and this is the all-important quarter, the third quarter. There's Kennedy back on the ground already, so a very quick change made by Mick Malthouse. But the third quarter we've often seen is a very important one in football. And Footscray kicking with a slight breeze. They've got the opportunity now in this quarter to really go on with this game. But I just felt in that instance that Danny Hughes may have been able to do a better job and spoil Peter Foster standing in the goal square.
Darren Baxter off. He started on the bench and had a bit of a run in the second quarter. And Rick Kennedy, the Footscray skipper, back on about 2 minutes into the start of the third term. Ball up in the middle, and Turner beats Purser, but it goes to Hawkins. He picks out Cronin with the hand pass. Inside half forward, Foster waits underneath, and the mark taken by McPherson at the back. Well, if Foster's start was good, another goal by McPherson would really have Footscray racing towards a victory and perhaps a place in the 5. They made the preliminary final in '85, slumped last year, but they might come back again this year. But they're going to have to rely on Geelong losing. Steve McPherson from 45 metres. He's made it. That's his second.
What a start for the Bulldogs. That's 2 goals to Steve McPherson.
And they really started off in a great fashion in this third quarter.
Blonde hair earlier in the season too, didn't he?
I'm not sure, Robbo, but a very easy chest mark there to Steve McPherson. Pretty poor defence by Melbourne to let him take that mark.
18 points Footscray lead by. And a quarter is just 3 minutes old. Turner does it again. Footscray defence, rock solid. Brian Cordy. Stretched just a little bit underneath it. Wallace towards half forward. Oh, good punch away there by Lovett. Foster. Good kick, Foster. Beasley. in the square. Good hands, Beasley.
Yes, good strong mark, Simon Beasley. And let's see, here he is lining up for his first goal. Here's the mark again. He held Danny Hughes out until the last moment. And now Simon Beasley for his first goal.
Couldn't possibly miss. And he kicks it nearly into Barkley's.
Through McGuinness. McPherson can't mark, but it comes to that man, Wallace, damaging again, up to Beasley. He's still not without a chance. Hughes goes to ground, comes back to Hughes, a bit fortunate. Healy, McGuinness had followed up on the 50 line, up to McPherson. No, it's Wallace again, and Wallace's shot across the face of goal, and the mark in defence taken by Lovett. And Melbourne have to withstand this storm at the moment.
On to Spalding. Spalding to half-back. Mark not paid, but free kick was to Newport. And the Demons have just a little bit of slight relief. Newport's kick to the wing. Punched away by Bulldogs. Flower. Possession number 3, and he still didn't even get that. The umpire allowed it to go on when I think any ordinary footballer could have been penalised for that. Perhaps a little sympathy. Well, he was caught with the football, Bernie. Boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Footscray. Free kick being picked out of it by umpire Dorr, and it'll go back to Spalding. And Spalding to perhaps put the Demons into attack. It goes over centre wing. Turner can't mark. Peter Baxter. Good long, beautiful handball to Wallace. Wallace to Cronin. Cronin nearly smothered by Viney, but the ball goes off to half forward. Mark taken by Lovett. Lovett and McPherson having a great tussle. Off to White. White out towards centre wing. Forward there for Footscray. Just as he was about to pick it up, he got his toe to the ball and kicked it further forward for the Demons, but he recovered well, kicks it around the corner towards the wing, but unfortunately for him it goes just over the boundary line on the full, and the free kick will be taken for Melbourne by Sean White as we have a look at the anxious Footscray match committee.
4 goals the lead to Footscray. White's kick up towards half forward. Pack of players, no mark. Maloney over the ball. Kicked out by Dean. Up towards the forward pocket. Stynes leads the race. Flower there as well. Flower gets it. Third touch for the day. And Robbie Flower bangs it through for a goal.
Yes, well, we could very well be watching Robbie Flower and playing his last league game. And unfortunately, it hasn't been one of his better days. It's only his 3rd touch for the day. And young Eccleston, who's had on many occasions this season had to pick up the big-name player in the forward division for the opposition, has done a very good job on Robert Flower, but on that occasion he made the most of it, and that's his first goal for the afternoon.
What about the bounce of the ball? Gee,
he's very fortunate.
It'd make you cry if you were young Eccleston, because he hasn't put a foot wrong. Back in the centre. Healy kicks the Demons forward. Dean on to Bailey, kick it yourself, on to Flower. Flower, goal number 2 coming up. There it is, the Demons back in it. Never say die spirit. Footscray by 2 goals.
He's a dangerous player, Robert Flower. It doesn't matter how much you keep him out of the game, you have to watch him for that full 120 minutes because he's such a brilliant player. And there's a handball from Bailey. I know Robbo said to kick it himself, but I think he was just looking to bring Robert Flower into the game a little bit there. And a beautiful goal on the left foot.
Gee, the spirit is great, isn't it? Oh.
That's boys' own manual stuff. Robbie Flower, 2 goals in a minute. Purser kicks 60 metres out of the middle. Viney up in the air but can't mark. Through goes White, meets McPherson head on. Turner gets the hand pass away. It's desperate. Williams tripped, and there's no whistle.
Oh,
and he's penalised for holding the ball. It's Melbourne's free advantage. It goes to Healy, who puts it out very wide to Yates, but he's a bit lucky to get away from Ford. Things going Melbourne's way. Yates banged to full forward. Wilson couldn't take the mark. In there is Wilson again. Threads it out towards Flower, but it doesn't reach him. He applies the tackle. Having a purple patch, Robbie Flower. Flips out from Newport to Flower. Flower paddles further, but it's intercepted by Cordy.
Cordy's quick kick towards half-back. Williams and White. Sean White, what a great bump on Steve McPherson just a few seconds ago. And it just typified the spirit that we've seen in this match. Half-forward flank for the Demons. They're back in it again after trailing by 4 goals only a few moments ago. Could be a free kick to Healy. It's not. Peter Baxter out. Bailey can't break clear. He's now on Wallace. Here's the ball to Stynes. Stynes, little chip kick. He gets it back. He's well tackled. The ball runs free. Ford overruns it. Kick off the ground by Stynes. A chance for Wilson. He's well smothered. McLean, the magician, out wide. And it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in, and the pressure is enormous.
I think Brian Wilson's now playing at full forward. Hasn't had one of his better days either, Brian Wilson.
Well, you only get one touch in a game like this, and Wilson took more than one touch. He had a big chance to kick a goal there. Umpire said that was thrown out, and it's a free kick to Footscray. Interchange. Williams, who'd been full forward in the first term, comes back on to replace Turner, who limps off. Footscray take it away through Kennedy, who'd spent time on the bench. Kick smothered off the boot. Bailey, number 24, charging at it. Dean, who's played well, threads over a good hand pass to Newport. Melbourne in the open. Yates from 55. High. Wilson there with McLean. It might go for a goal. No, it was touched. Wilson didn't think so. The behind to Yates.
Well, I think Brian Wilson may have been the player who did touch that one. So he would have been trying to convince the umpire that he hadn't.
Well, certainly put a bit of life back in the game because Footscray looked as though they were going away with it. Maloney kicks it in, out towards half-back. Oh, round the neck, free kick to Dean. Warren Dean, who's kicked 2 goals for Melbourne. Wilson trying to out-position his opponent, but McLean with just absolute class gets through. Cronin under Royal. Chased by Coop. Royal gets his kick away towards the wing. Good defensive play by Lovett. And the ball will be thrown in just in front of the Footscray coach's box. 11 points the Bulldogs lead.
Gee, if Turner is injured, they're going to be short of big men, Melbourne. O'Dwyer suspended, Turner injured. Lyon has a broken leg. Stretch, beautiful pass to Wilson.
You wouldn't believe this, would you?
Well,
5 minutes ago, they were gone.
Wilson and Flower hardly sighted, and they are going to be the players who are going to get the D's right back into this.
Yes, that's a good move by John Northey, I think, playing Brian Wilson at full forward because on a few occasions in the past he's played there and he's done quite well.
The margin is 11 points. This to get Melbourne within a kick. Right through the middle. What defenders Melbourne have had through Lovett, 17 possessions, and White. And what about McLean in this quarter for Footscray? Stack up, Jackson at the bottom of the pack. The umpire will ball it up just outside 50. 4 points the difference. Footscray 9-4, Melbourne 8-6, and we're approaching the 18-minute mark in the third quarter. Melbourne in attack again. Stynes wins the tap but gives away the free over Purser's shoulder, just as Bailey was dashing towards goal to put Melbourne in front.
Well, you have to take your hat off to a few of these guys in both sides who haven't got too many big superstars beside their name, but gee, they have a go. The ball at half forward now for Footscray, and the free kick's been picked out of it. It'll go to Foster. Doesn't waste any time. Kicks it up into the half forward line. A good mark.
Strong mark, Steve McPherson.
By Steve McPherson. It'll need a pretty good kick to score. He fancies his chances, the young boy from Sandy Bay. He puts in a boomer, but it's offline, through from behind, and Footscray lead by 5 points.
It's 2-3 to Steve McPherson. He was a player that, of course, gave Footscray the chance there a couple of weeks ago when he kicked the goal after the siren.
Michael Ford off the ground, the kick in. Crashing through goes Spalding. Taps towards the boundary line. And it's out at Footscray's right half-forward flank. I think you might be right. There could be more Melbourne people here than Footscray. They are squeezed in like sardines. The finals a week early, this. Sean White hooks it over the top. Unbelievable. Straight to Sharon. Up the centre wing. Diving attempt at a mark. Not paid. Tunnelled out by Bailey. Dean's been superb. Back from injury this week. High kick dropping a bit short. Eccleston a couple of touches and the umpire paid the mark.
Gets it off to Darren Baxter. Kick towards half forward. At the back, Coop. Good strong play. Couldn't quite control it. Foster there. Healy to tidy up for the Demons. Short left foot chip. Finds Dean on centre wing. My apologies to Clarence because that's where Steve McPherson originated from. The ball at half forward for Melbourne. The mark taken by Kennedy.
And Kennedy off to Maloney. Long to half forward. Thumped out by Spaulding. Picked up by Royal, who kicks into the crowd. You can tell there are a lot of Melbourne supporters, but the noise of the crowd when the free kick was given away. Viney to take it. He once beat Boris Becker at tennis. I wonder if that was as red hot as this. Kennedy almost took the mark. Jackson, all Melbourne ground level. Williams, hurried kick across the ground. Sharon leads the race, and coming down from forward line is Yates, who tried to crash through McGuinness. McGuinness kept going. Well played, son. Up towards Beasley. Wide. And he's fumbled. Well, he's gone from chocolates to foil lollies. 10 goals last week. And it's like a piece of soap today.
Yeah, well, his ground level skills aren't as good as his marking skills.
Love it. Off to Hughes. Hughes kick to the wing. Stynes. Good mark by the big fellow. Off to Jackson. Handball's in front of himself. He was held when he didn't have it. Viney's under pressure. The Boris Becker conqueror does it well. Gets it up to half forward. Eccleston's a chance. Good flick back. Cordy to back him up. Both defences playing tremendous football. McGuinness tackled by Sharon unfairly, says umpire Dorr. And McGuinness takes the free kick for Footscray. He's between wing and half forward. Not too many possessions. He's kicked just slightly askew, and a great solid mark taken by Sean White, who has played another crackerjack game for Melbourne in defence. He gives it off to Coop. Coop doesn't waste much time. Up towards half forward. Flower. It's punched away by Eccleston. Cousins there has just come back on the ground. He's kick around the corner. Up towards centre half forward. And what a mark by Foster.
Yeah, great mark, Peter Foster. A very difficult one too. It was spinning awkwardly, and he came in across the front of the pack. Very courageous mark.
Sixth mark to Foster. He's kicked 2 goals. Goes for the big torpedo. Not bad in distance, but just offline. And the Bulldogs lead by 1 straight goal.
And 2 goals, 1 to Peter Foster.
So, you know, the margin is exactly the same as it was at half-time. So, 23 minutes of the best football you could ever see. Nothing's happened.
Plenty's happened, Drew. Boy.
Danny Hughes, former South Australian, kicks in for Melbourne. Spaulding at the back. Good mark. Well, Barney might have played Boris Becker. Spaulding played Sheffield Shield cricket for Western Australia. So they've got a few all-rounders in the team, the Demons. And how well did Maloney do then to come from nowhere to get that spoil in and see the ball out?
Oh, tremendous stuff. Finals fever at Western Oval 1 week before they really start. Jackson, a real chance for the Demons. He's got plenty of space in front of him. A poor kick. He's short. Good defensive work by Eccleston to flip it away over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in.
Yes, that was a poor kick by Jackson in the end. He did well. He had plenty of space and plenty of time, and he kicked it straight to the Footscray player.
Cousins doing the ruck work. Comes down to Cronin. He can't get the ball clear. And umpire Saws decides on a bounce. Much to the disgust of quite a few supporters who perhaps thought that, Melbourne supporters that is, that perhaps thought Cronin did really try to get it out. Stynes did well, the big fellow. Kick slightly ineffective. Kick off the ground by Kennedy with his thigh heavily strapped. The ball in the centre. Gathered by Newport. Wheels around. Kicks it to the half-forward flank. Members side. Flower. Healy off to Yates. Yates gets around Cronin. Short pass is a little bit too short for Dean. Can he? No, he can't. Baxter. Around the corner, Yates. Flower. Class. Beautiful kick by Flower. Magnificent to Bailey. Inside 50 metres. And could we see the scores level at three-quarter time? Footscray 9-6, Melbourne 8-6.
Cousin had been in the hands of the trainers there, unfortunately. He could do nothing about that.
Poor kick by Bailey's been marked by Kennedy. Kennedy feeds it off to Cordy. Cordy through back pocket. Kicks it long, out towards the wing area. Hawkins in stretch. Foster recovers first. Off to Wallace. Wallace through the wing. Long handball to Kolonyuk. Kolonyuk in short. Beasley takes the mark. What a great mark.
Yes, I thought it was going to be a little bit too high for him. But an excellent mark, Simon Beasley. 6 marks, Simon Beasley up on the forward line. He probably hasn't kicked as well as he could have. Only kicking 1 goal, 1 goal 2, and 1 out of bounds on the full. But that's a very strong mark to Simon Beasley, and Danny Hughes always puts the full forward under extreme pressure. But Simon Beasley will be having the shot for goal from about 40 metres out.
He's taking a longer run up than Michael Holding.
Only on a slight angle. Let's hope he kicks this one a little bit better.
He play on the wing for the West Indies.
No, sir. Well, it's been a shocker for Simon Beasley today. 1 goal 3 and 1 out of bounds. And the margin now 7 points. And the shame of all this is that we hear at Geelong, the Cats lead Hawthorn by 4 goals. So all this might be for nothing yet. Half-back flank for Melbourne. Tapped up the ground, but it's taken by Royal. Wallace it was. He's kicked the centre half forward, and the mark to Jim Stynes. 15 metres against Shane Williams. Stynes goes on with it. He's learnt the caper pretty well. To Robbie Flower. It's the first quarter he's broken away from Eccleston. Set play on. Off the Stretch quickly. Now up to Dean. Good kick by Stretch. I don't think he wastes a kick, Stephen Stretch. And Dean centres. And now Newport, just outside 50, will try to get Melbourne back within a point.
Just while there's a bit of hesitation, Barassi always used to say it was the handball recipient that was a good player. What about Stretch backing up Flower?
Newport's kick is good. Very close. And Maloney did well. And he's rushed that through for a behind. Young Troy Maloney. He forced his way in this year at about the time Footscray had lost their first 3 goals by 1 million.
Footscray by 1 goal. Out towards half-back. Bailey now tagging Stephen Wallace in the centre. And he sees the ball over the boundary line and will have a throw in. The siren sounds. Three-quarter time at the Western Oval. Footscray lead by 1 goal. Footscray 9-7-61. Melbourne 8-7-56. Goal kickers for the Bulldogs. 2 each to Steve McPherson and Foster. 1 each to Williams, McGuinness, Beasley, Royal and Kolonyuk. For Melbourne, 2 goals each to Flower and Warren Dean. Both of Flower's goals coming in that third quarter. 1 each to Garry Lyon, Wilson, Stephen Stretch and Jim Stynes.
Welcome back, and after today's crucial encounter between the Dogs and the Demons, we'll look at last night's highlights and we'll find out who is the best coach in the league. Checking the three-quarter time scoreline, we see that after the end of the opening quarter, Footscray led by 2, at half-time by 6, at three-quarter time. by 6. 9-7-61 leads 8-7-55. Robert Flower has got 2 for Melbourne, as has Warren Dean, and Peter Foster, Steve McPherson have 2 apiece for Footscray. The defensive game, you say, Val?
Very much so, Ken. I think both sides' defences are certainly on top, as indicated by the scores today, and Melbourne had some great players in that quarter. Lovett and Sean White and McLean for Footscray certainly kept their respective forwards down very, very well.
Well, Sean White's been an absolute sensation, hasn't he?
Well, he just continues to get better and better as he keeps the more games he plays, and they keep commenting that he's picked the game up extremely well. I mean, he's doing a great job, and he's quite exciting to watch.
Robert Flower certainly showed that you can't leave a good footballer alone for too long. Everton had the wood on him.
Well, he just got away there for a couple of minutes and kicked 2 goals, and probably could have kicked another couple and brought Melbourne right back into the game. But you certainly can't keep a class player like Flower down all day long.
Well, Simon Beasley finding conditions very different today to what they were with his 10-goal performance last week against the Bears.
Well, the Melbourne defence is obviously a lot stronger than the Bears last week, and he's probably having a lot closer attention than he got last week, and hence he is struggling a little bit.
Oh, we've got the stats here. Let's take a look at those.
Well, the handball's still in Footscray's favour. Kicks are pretty much the same. There's not much in the game, really, and it's still a very, very tight game, and I think anybody's game if it's there for the taking, really.
Well, here's the all-important scores around the ground. Geelong 93 to Hawthorn 75, and what's an interesting one, Chris Muse has kicked a couple of goals for Hawthorn from centre-half back. For Carlton, 15-8, 98 to North Melbourne 84. Sartorius 5 and Kernahan 4 for Carlton, and Fitzroy and Sydney. Fitzroy look as though they've snuck away with it. 18-11, 119 to Sydney. 11-13, 79. That's the way it is, and of course the game at the Western Oval greatly depends on the result of that Geelong-Hawthorn match. Let's take you back now to the Western Oval and our commentators for the commencement of play in this very important final term of the season 1987.
Welcome back to the Western Oval, and the final quarter about to get underway. Perhaps just half an hour of the season to go for both of these teams. Perhaps for the winner, a chance for glory and to go into the finals. The stage couldn't be any better set with just one straight kick between them. Footscray 9-7, Melbourne 8-7. And supporters of both teams are revving them up. It's a din like the MCG in September. It comes down to Wallace. His hand pass is blocked. It goes to Newport. Melbourne into attack first. Williams. He's got it. David Williams in front of Kennedy. And look at Brian Wilson letting Kennedy know all about it.
Yeah, well, Rick Kennedy knows he made a bad mistake. He was in the perfect position to punch it away, but thought he was probably a little bit taller than David Williams and could reach over the top and take the mark.
Williams going for his first goal of the day. He's done it, and he's levelled the scores in the opening minute of the last quarter.
Yeah, bad mistake by Rick Kennedy. Here it is again. Steve Wallace's handball was intercepted. Newport with a long kick into the forward line. Not an easy one to mark, this one. But there's David Williams. Rick Kennedy may have even helped him hold it in the end.
You tell me who the majority of the supporters are here favouring. The Demons, the first time for ages. Hawkins tries to break clear, he can't. Stynes for Melbourne. Quick kick out towards the Dougie Hawkins wing. Sean White tries the big thump again. It goes towards half forward, over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right in front of those navy blue and red fans. The Demons, they've come all the way out here to watch their team make the 5. Can they do it? Well, they might win. Stynes out towards half forward. Maloney tries to break clear. Fairly tackled, I thought, by Greg Healy. Unfairly, according to umpire Saws. And Troy Maloney will take the free kick for Footscray at half back.
And not only that, a 15-metre penalty.
That's about the 50th for the afternoon. There's been plenty of those dished out.
Well, it could still finish in a bit of an anti-climax. Geelong leading Hawthorn down at Kardinia Park. The battle here, Footscray and Melbourne up towards the half forward. And what a mark taken by Stynes. It just looks so simple. We give all the plaudits to Sean White, but this guy's played a sensational game this afternoon. Out towards the wing. Maloney can't mark. Jackson and Dean there for Melbourne. McGuinness. Good tackle from behind by Jackson. Forces McGuinness to kick it over the boundary line on the full. And the free kick will go to Melbourne.
Stevens stretch in front of all those Melbourne supporters there. Long to half forward. Kennedy thumps away this time successfully. Hawkins underneath it. Hurriedly by Eccleston. High to the wing. I'm glad that's you and not me waiting for that. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's been Footscray either side now that are under pressure. They started off brilliantly in the second half with 3 goals in 4 minutes, but since then Melbourne's turned the game right around.
Purser and Stynes. McGuinness. Williams there for Footscray. Boundary line looms up.
I think there's a bit of a tactic going on here. The scoreboard should be putting up 3/4 time scores, and they haven't put Geelong's score up because they know they're in front. They're not going to let this 30,000 crowd see it. All the players, for that matter.
Well spoken. Umpire Door. Well, there's a look at a lot of the interested fans in the background. Melbourne supporters in the outer. Good punch away. Williams there for Footscray. But, well, what will a draw do? Nothing. Both sides need to win.
Footscray have led at every change, but the scores are level right at this moment. Coop round the corner for Melbourne. Good distance with that standing start kick. Jackson will take a free, or should have. No whistle. It comes to Darren Baxter. He's kicked back to centre wing. Stynes drops a mark, but recovers beautifully. Back to half forward. All Melbourne there. And Dean. Oh, gee, what a game Warren Dean's played. He's taken 8 marks. Goes out wide. Coop, 40 metres out. Across the face, Wilson, but thumped away by McLean and the ball out of play.
It's a good score by McLean because Brian Wilson looked in good position to take that mark.
Played a fair game, that guy, too. 51 for Footscray. In the forward pocket for Melbourne. Purser gets the tap out. Goes to McGuinness. Nearly tackled, but he gets his kick away towards the wing. Footscray outnumbered, but Peter Baxter bounces. The bounce favours him. Second bounce. Spalding gaining ground. He gets the handball away. Down goes Williams. Spalding.
And he could be reported.
Has to be.
The umpire's reaching for the book.
Williams out cold.
Has not moved.
Well, let's hope he's all right. That was a bad tackle.
Here it is now. Oh.
Well, he should be okay, surely. That was just a bit of an open-hander.
Yes.
Trying to look at the replay.
Must have hit him just in the wrong place, right on the point of the jaw. Well, he has not moved. He's right out to it. Spalding's been reported. And Shane Williams won't remember much about the afternoon.
Well, I hate to say this, but this is the second time we've seen the stretcher today. Garry Lyon was carried off 4 minutes after the start with a broken leg. And there'll be another long hold up here.
They're putting him on the stretcher, or...
Let's have a look at this again.
Oh. Well, yeah, it was pretty...
Under that glass jaw, or...
They must have got him right on the point of the jaw. Gee, he has not moved. He's knocked him right out.
So Shane Williams being carried off. And just by the way, what a great game he's played.
Well, that's bad luck for Shane Williams. Michael Ford preparing to come back onto the ground. Scores a level in the last quarter of a vital game at the Western Oval. Michael Ford back on the ground. Shane Williams unconscious, carried off the ground. And a free kick to Footscray taken by Stephen Wallace.
He'll be kicking into a very crowded forward line now too. that hold-up has really allowed Melbourne to get down there and cover everyone except Michael Ford, the new player on.
Goes wide to Ford. Ford on centre wing. Plays on from a standing start. And there's the culprit, Earl Spalding. But a free kick has been picked out of it. It goes to Stynes. Stynes feeds it off. In the back pocket, Lovett. Kicks to the wing. Ford can't mark. Running straight at him was Newport. And the free kick has been picked out of it against Newport, and it'll go back to Ford on centre wing.
Well, the Western Oval scoreboard has just done the job. They've put up the Geelong Hawthorn score about 7 minutes into the last quarter here, and Geelong lead by 3 goals at the last break. And there's Spalding again. Inspired. Out the centre wing, stretch. Would have been the mark of the day if he'd come down with it, but the umpire had to free kick him once he didn't take the mark into the back of Hawkins. Inboard he goes to Ford. Up towards full forward. Couple of touches from McPherson, but no mark. Royal tries to burrow through. Coope's got him. Holding the ball, Brian Royal. You backed yourself, son. A state rover against a man with not much reputation at his 3rd club, but a top tackle by Doug Coope.
Well, he did a very good one earlier that you commentated on, Drew. Out on the wing. Out wide. Purser. Into Wallace. Darren Baxter. Towards half forward.
Oh, shocking kick.
White. What a leap. Sean White a little bit too far for his teammate in Newport. Footscray is still a chance. Peter Baxter on the bottom of it.
Well, they had a chance there, Footscray, if they had
It was a bad handball by Sean White, really. He did everything right, except the handball was a little too far.
Stynes in ruck against Kennedy. Kennedy over the top of it. Got to get rid of it in that situation. Dean grabbed when he didn't have it. Free kick to Warren Dean.
He played it well, Warren Dean.
And now
Yes,
Stynes.
I don't believe it. Warren Dean held his arm. That was a good decision.
So the kick was reversed and went to Darren Baxter. Up near the boundary line to McPherson. The scores are level, 61 each. McPherson to Beasley. Beasley inside 50. They have kicked goals at that end of the ground today, but he's slightly into the breeze. Will he make it? And can he kick straight? He's done neither. Still in the field of play. Love it underneath it. And holding the ball, it's a Melbourne free kick.
Well, Simon hasn't kicked with any confidence for goal today. He's been missed a couple of very easy ones early, and no confidence in that shot for goal.
Stynes in short. Good mark taken by Newport at centre half back. He plays on quickly. Gathers magnificent ground. Out towards the wing. Nearly the mark taken by Williams. It's been paid. It's going to Kennedy. Kennedy back into the centre. Purser. Over the top. Maloney. On to McGuinness. McGuinness through half forward. On his favoured foot. To the front of the square. Oh, what a mark taken by Jimmy Stynes.
He's had a big last quarter. Newport's going well. Stynes didn't take clean possession, but kept it going forward. Viney up towards centre wing. Dean is there. Backs into his opponent. Dean keeps going. Oh, bad luck. He couldn't keep it in. But Melbourne got out of defence well there to have it forward of the wing. The scores have been level now for about 8 minutes, 9-7 apiece.
Between wing and half forward, out of side. Spalding, good punch on. Kennedy's a chance for the Bulldogs. Goes wide. Jackson. Kennedy for Footscray. Good steadiness by the captain. Kick towards the wing. Mark taken, no. It's dropped by Foster. He plays on. Quick left foot kick towards centre half forward. The ball runs free. McGuinness first to recover. Sharon keeps his feet, but McGuinness with scrambling tactics gets the ball back to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy over the top to Collineuke. Collineuke into an open goal, and put down your glasses. Footscray by 6 points.
Oh, what a game. Collineuke. Second goal for the afternoon. There's a handball across over the top from Cordy.
Kolonyuk with no one anywhere near him. Plenty of time to run into the open goal. And he steered that one through from about 25 to 30 metres out to give Footscray a 6-point advantage at the 12-minute mark.
Well, what pressure. A 17-year-old boy playing in his third game of league football, Stephen Kolonyuk, started the season in the under-19s, worked through the reserves, and he's put the Bulldogs in front in the last term of a crucial game. What composure. Williams for Melbourne. Lost it in Kennedy's tackle. Play on. Socket away by Cronin. He's there with Stretch, and the ball goes out of play. And trouble for Jim Stynes. Look how he towers over the trainers. What a quarter he's played, Jim Stynes.
Yes. They don't need that, Melbourne, because they're undermanned anyway for height. Footscray kicked the ball towards the wing area. Spalding. Good backing up by Sharon. The Demons just perhaps lost a little composure. Newport towards centre-half forward. Kennedy, well tackled. Gets the handball away. Purser. Steadiness. Kicks it long towards half forward. Mark to Foster. Plays on to McGuinness. McGuinness left foot kick. 50 metres plus into the pocket. Punched away from Beasley. Coop. On to Yates. Out towards the wing. Williams takes the mark for Melbourne. Must be nearly a record crowd. I don't think I've ever seen 31,000 plus people here at the Western Oval.
A sensational crowd, and they haven't been disappointed. They'll be back next week, but there won't be another game here for a season. Purser. Inboard he goes to Darren Baxter. Picks out Peter Baxter. Here comes White. He went too hard at him and let him slip through the tackle. That could be costly. Peter Baxter. Long to Beasley. Hughes in front. Spalding. Good distance with the left boot, but not quite long enough for Yates. And Peter Baxter, who was still there after his long run, marks just outside of half forward.
Not a bad player, this guy. In short, and Royal, who's been on the missing list. He had something like 17 possessions in the first half. He's obviously been tagged by Melbourne in the second half and has only had 4 possessions since half-time, coming up for his 5th, and it could be a vital one. It's just offline, through from behind, but that could be quite crucial because now the Bulldogs lead by 7 points. 10-8 plays 9-7.
In this quarter, Footscray 1 goal, 1 to Melbourne, 1 straight goal. Yates, what a mark. Big mark by Yates. Out to the wing, it's all Melbourne. Stretch, who can run like a gazelle and deliver the ball beautifully. Goes long, not without a chance of scoring. Flower! Robbie Flower.
Oh, how was that?
Game 271, hardly sighted in the first half. 2 goals in a minute in the third quarter, and another one here would get Melbourne back to within a point. What a champion. And if Melbourne can win it and Geelong lose today, Robbie Flower will play his first ever finals game next week in a career which has lasted 15 years.
From one champion to another.
Oh, well, look at the mark. Stretch. Great play by Stephen Stretch. He delivers the ball perfectly into the forward line. And Robert Flower, even though he's been held all day, takes a screamer in the forward line. That's 3 goals to Robbie Flower, the leading goal scorer from Melbourne.
See, Barbie Horn would be having a few problems now, wouldn't she, Drew? Bit of excitement. Up towards the Melbourne goal. Here's Purser. Maloney. Towards centre-half forward. Royal. Looking for Beasley. Too high. At the back, Lovett, who's played a great game in defence. Perfect short pass to Coop at half-back. And the Demons just regain a little composure.
Centre wing. Stynes and Purser. And Purser thumps away. It's a point the difference, and we're at the 17-minute mark in the last quarter. Who cares whether Geelong are winning at Cardinia Park? This has been one of the best days' entertainment you could ever see. Hand pass out wide to Darren Baxter. Has been benched a couple of times. A little bit disappointing. The ball goes out of play.
Well, we've just heard that Geelong are 9 points in front of Hawthorn, but the players out there have not got a clue. Colin, left foot kick towards centre-half forward. Mark taken by Lovett.
Come on, Footscray, you need someone contesting.
Lovett towards centre-half forward. Mark to Newport. Melbourne doing well. Beautiful kick by Newport to full forward. Chance for Jackson. Snapshot for goal is good. Online, Melbourne in front.
What a game. It's excitement plus out here at the Western Oval. Ricky Jackson's first goal for the afternoon. And what an important one, because it put Melbourne in front. There it is. A great snap from 40 metres out. Melbourne 5 points in front.
Well, this is just like the good old days. I haven't heard a crowd like this for years. Melbourne out of the middle again. Stretch long off the left foot. Williams there. Wilson over the top. Through goes Flower, but socket away. And Eccleston sees the ball out. And we'll have a throw in at half forward for Melbourne. The Demons lead by 5 points, 73 to 68. The crowd will stay till midnight, I reckon, to lap up this atmosphere. Newport pulled off his kick. Wallace the hand pass away. It goes to Ford. Out to centre wing, Yates. No mark paid. Peter Baxter. Up to half forward. McPherson. Not quite. And whipped away by White, out of play.
Well, Yates may rue the day. There's a photo there of a picture of John Northey and Greg Wells. John Northey just may create a few more grey hairs after this match, and so may Michael Malthouse. Boundary throw in. Greg Healy gets the kick away, but he could not do anything constructive with it, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
He's had a very quiet day, Greg Healy.
In the night grand final, Melbourne clung to a one-kick lead against Essendon to win, and they stayed in front by doing this, spoiling tactics, for about the last 10 minutes.
And didn't they do it well that night?
Well, can they do it again today?
Well, that was your man again, Sean White, that came over the top of the pack and thumped it back over the boundary line. Melbourne by 5 points. There he is again, and he's gained another 15 precious metres. Yates making up for that poor marking attempt a few moments ago. Up towards half forward. Here's a chance for Dean. Can he get his kick away? Jackson again. Can't break clear. Footscray under pressure. Kennedy well tackled by Wilson. Another good tackle by the Demons forwards. Wilson again. But it's against him this time.
It's too high.
The free kick will be taken by Footscray, and it'll go to Darren Baxter, and he feeds it off to McLean. There's plenty of space on the outer wing for Footscray. Wilson, do the chasing and do it hard. McLean through half back. Third bounce. Up towards half forward. A poor kick. Lands in short. Chance downfield. Lovett, who's done a tremendous job for Melbourne in half back. Up towards half forward. Chance for Dean. Gets the handball wide. Wilson, cover yourself in glory. He goes for goal and puts it through. The Demons by 11 points.
Well, now it's going to be very difficult for Footscray to get back from here.
Well, Brian Wilson was almost legless after that 100-metre chase against McLean. He could hardly raise a trot here. What a goal.
Yeah, very timely goal by Brian Wilson. That's his second for the afternoon. And 24 minutes gone, 22 minutes gone.
Centre square infringement. Free kick to Footscray, taken by Purser. High to half forward. White flying too early, but he comes out as Spalding comes out with the ball. Spalding's kick is marked by Ford, but he pushed out Newport. Things going Melbourne's way. Stephen Newport. out to Wilson. He's got it again.
Oh. Just check Stephen Newport's statistics, who took Garry Lyon's place.
Steve McPherson's been taken off for Footscray and Cousins back on as Brian Wilson lines up the goal which could nearly bury Footscray. We're at the 22.5-minute mark. And a few deep breaths for Brian Wilson. He won at Brownlow in '82, but there'll be no moment like this if he can put Melbourne into the finals. He's missed it.
Bad miss to Wilson.
Newport 17 kicks and 5 hand passes coming on halfway through the second quarter. Kennedy kicks the ball in. The Bulldogs in a lot of trouble. They trail by 2 goals. The ball at half forward for Melbourne. Here's that dasher stretch. Forced to kick with the left foot. In towards centre half forward. Good punch away by Ford. Chance for Melbourne to come forward again. Sharon. Well tackled by McGuinness. Bailey. Left foot kick high. Towards half forward. Williams nearly marked it. Maloney kick off the ground for Footscray over the boundary line and will have a throw in. Just outside 50 metres. The Bulldogs lead. Melbourne lead. I'm getting excited. Melbourne 12-8, Footscray 10-8.
Just over 24 minutes gone in the final quarter. Melbourne just have to bottle it up. But will that even be enough? 2 straight kicks for Footscray and they can be back level. There's certainly time. 12-8 Melbourne, 10-8 Footscray. In this quarter, Melbourne have kicked 4-1 and Footscray 1-1. Hurriedly by Healy, who didn't cover any distance. Bailey, Footscray man was held over the shoulder and it'll be a free kick to Stephen Wallace.
Gee, Bailey didn't look too excited about that umpiring decision. Wallace onto the left foot, up towards half-back. Here comes Melbourne again. Stretch. In towards full forward. Wilson fell over. What a crucial stage. McLean keeps his feet. Through half-back. Kicks towards half-forward. Viney. Good recovery. Oh, great play. Love it. What a game he's played. Into Newport, who's played equally as well. Some unsung heroes in the Melbourne side. Up towards full forward. Flower. Misses. But a vital behind kick by Melbourne. They now lead by 13 points.
Someone's been reported behind the play. It's either Brian Cordy on that shepherd from Sean White or Viney, who charged in afterwards.
Troy Maloney takes the kick in towards the outer side. Footscray needs 3 kicks at goal to win. Royals kick is smothered, goes to Jackson. A centering kick by him, or fingernails to it, Williams, and it goes through 4 behind. Well, you'd have to say it looks like Melbourne now, but it's been such an unbelievable game, I wouldn't write off Footscray, even though we're in time on.
Kennedy goes straight up the field. Footscray need to make a break. Melbourne on the bottom of the pack, rewarded with a free kick. It's Dean, and he kicks the ball a mile. Geelong, we hear, lead by 3 points. 18 kicks for Dean, and a bad tackle by Tony McGuinness. Baxter there, but I feel McGuinness the infringer, and Dean to put the first nail in the Footscray coffin. Beautiful kick by Dean. Floats across the face, through for a behind, and Melbourne lead by 15 points. 12-11 plays 10-8.
Yes, it's all over, I'm afraid, the season for Footscray.
Kennedy kicks in, looking for Doug Hawkins. Spoiled by Stretch. At the front, Newport gets out another hand pass to Yates. Just short of the goal square. Wilson in there again, no mark. Comes out with it. Slung off his kick. Rick Kennedy, the Footscray skipper, gets clear. The hand pass, not to advantage, really. Tapped out by Darren Baxter. Wallace, good running by Royal. Chance for Footscray to set something up. The little men. Royal across to McGuinness. Coop bearing down. McGuinness backing himself by bouncing. Into Cousins. 60 metres out. Left footer. 2 against 2, but Viney takes the defensive mark.
Rebound football. Viney out wide to Stretch. Melbourne have the space now. Stretch's kick is a good one. Finds Williams on centre wing, and with good hands he takes the mark. in front of Michael Ford. One gets the impression that the Demons are just a little bit more composed in the dying moments of the game. Williams up towards centre half forward. Good mark by Purser. Play on quickly. Gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy runs away from Stynes. A little chip kick over the top. Set Cousins up. Cousins did it well. White misjudged it. Colin there to pick it up for Footscray. Up towards half forward. That man Lovett. He's there again. He gets the handball wide to Hughes. He's interfered with. Play goes on. Lovett goes down. Hughes kicks it out to the wing and the mark taken by Stretch.
All Melbourne up the ground. Bailey has a break of about 50 metres. He's got Stretch in support. One out to Wilson with McLean. In goes Eccleston to keep it away from Flower and the ball out of play. Valuable time ticking away and Melbourne lead by 15 points, 83 to 68. Can't be much time left.
Boundary throw in, only 30 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Footscray desperate to break clear. Royal, play on, says the umpire. Royal breaks clear in the back pocket. Left foot kick to the wing. Cousins, go for it a bit harder, son. This is a desperate situation. And the boundary line too close. And we'll have a throw in on centre wing. Geelong still lead by 3 points. And Melbourne lead here by 15. What a tragedy it'd be. The Demons have fought it out well. They still may not make the 5. Cronin up towards half forward.
Colin, the young teenager, born in 1970, inboard to Foster, who's been around for a long time. Colin loses it in the tackle. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Takes it away. Hand passes 30 metres up the ground. Top football. And Melbourne out through Healy to Williams, who's marked at left wing, right wing and left wing in the last 3 minutes.
Williams long towards half forward. Flower. 2 against 1. Robbie looks tired. Purser there for Footscray. Oh, puts Baxter under pressure. Melbourne with numbers everywhere. Chance for Darren Baxter. Now Eccleston under pressure. The Demon forwards magnificent. But in their enthusiasm, given the free kick away. Is that the siren? Maybe Hawthorn have hit the front.
Yes, they must have.
We may have heard a reaction to Hawthorn hitting the front. The ball on centre wing. The Demon supporters are alight. Coop kicks the ball. Opposite half-forward flank. Williams. Well, he's been everywhere, David Williams. And he takes the mark at centre half-forward, 55 metres from goal.
Melbourne haven't played in the finals since they last won a premiership in 1964. This could be their year. Stretch a long kick. The siren. The Demons have won it. Melbourne have won a difficult task at the Western Oval. The margin, 15 points. And the team which won the night flag could be in the finals, and Robbie Flower might get his last chance. He's announced it's his last season of football, and depending on the result of the game at Kardinia Park, this could be Melbourne's year to get in the 5 for that man, Robbie Flower. What a great game of football. Look at the jubilation on the faces, young and old, in the Demons camp. And we hear that Hawthorn are in front at Kardinia Park. John Northey just got the message near us and ran past us saying, "You're guilty," as he